Okay, so we're saying a lot of things, but we've really planned this out. It's just gonna take a little bit of time to do it.
Good morning, you all.
Good morning.
I'm sorry that we missed, or like we're like a day late. It's in my own head, the schedule. I don't even know if you all think that we're supposed to post videos on Friday or not. But we had like, not really a relapse of this stuff, but it just, I think just the whole week of all of it going on, it was like, you know what, we just need another day to kind of kick its butt, and we feel a lot better today. So what that means is comfrey time. So we're in the process of making a bunch of comfrey. Normally, yeah, go ahead.
So normally it's comfrey and calendula, sometimes just calendula like this past winter. However, this time it's a full stock of all comfrey.
Yeah.
Because it has been requested that we do a huge bulk of comfrey. It's still not huge, but
it's as big as we can get.
Hopefully it'll be enough for the people who haven't gotten some yet and others to restock if they run out. So yeah, it'll be what? We don't know exactly how many.
It should be around 200. By the end of this video, you'll know, but it's usually around 200 cans if we do all of our space that we have. So that's 200 folks. Well, maybe not if you buy a few more for extra. But I think we'll kind of do this rotation for the next few weeks. We'll do a whole batch of comfrey, then a whole batch of calendula, and vice versa. That way, we have an abundance of one, so everyone has a chance to get it.
And if you don't know what comfrey salve is, it's really good for arthritis, aches and pains, joint aches and pains, any kind of, like muscle or soreness, any kind of stiffness, things like that. We use it ourselves. All of our family uses it, and everyone loves it. It truly does work. It is not to be put on like open sores or cuts or stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the calendula.
Yeah,
calendula is for the open sores.
When I hurt my ankle, I used it on it, and it helped tremendously.
And me getting used to milking a cow every single day, my hands are cramping so bad, and I've been applying that comfrey every night, and I don't have that pain no more. So a little bit of me just getting used to it, but also that comfrey really helping my hands not stress out. So just a lot of people have asked because we continuously get new people, so we wanted to explain what that was.
Yep.
Good job, Ben. And one last thing before we get into some really exciting big plans that are about to go down up in this place. All the products are grown at our place, so but not the oil, right? So the comfrey and the calendula are grown here on our farm. We preserve them. Comfrey is a little bit harder because we use it so quick. We usually don't have that in the winter, unlike the calendula. So that's why it's such a hot item, because it's like a summertime only, and as quickly as we can cut it and dry it kind of thing. But we wanted to make sure that you
And it's 3 ingredients. It's comfrey, which is grown here. It's extra virgin olive oil and beeswax.
Organic beeswax.
And that's it. It's unscented. There's no essential oils added or anything like that. It's just all organic and natural.
Yeah, absolutely. Super simple, 3 ingredients, and it's magic sauce.
Okay, so the salves are all done and they are posted. There are already orders that have been placed because those people that are on our email list, they get that notification first. So if you are not on our email list, please get on there, because it's the first way to learn anything, to be notified first of the salves. And go get you some. Hopefully there's some left, and there will be another round coming soon. If not, now we are up at the White House. We just went and got some appliances, and we're gonna take them in. We got a stove, and then we got a fridge. Originally that fridge was gonna go in our house, and we were gonna bring our big stainless steel one up here, but for now we've decided against that because it's just too much. And that stainless steel fridge that we have in our bedroom is huge, and this house is small, so we don't want to take up any unnecessary room. But obviously we have a whole lot more to get, but this is a good start, and we got a pretty good deal on them. You ready to get them in?
Huh?
You ready to get them in?
I am ready to get them in. Easier with that one. Fridge is going to be harder.
We missed that because I just dropped the brand new. So
Now let's try it again. Where's the plug?
in the oven. Shoot. Pivot. Well, the fridge, I have to take the door handles off, so he just went to get a screwdriver. I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out. But I really like this stove. So we got a flat top because it's just easier to clean, and you know, we haven't fully decided what we're going to be doing up here yet. We know that it will kind of be like an Airbnb eventually. But in the meantime, I'm thinking we can make our salves and make our soaps. And with these, they're just so much easier to clean. You don't have to worry about the coils and all the stuff getting down in there. So that's nice, you know, and when you have guests, you don't want to be spending hours cleaning up after them. So it just makes it a little bit easier, and it's really nice. I like it. And the plan today was to get a stackable washer and dryer. Obviously that cabinet will have to come out, but that was the plan. But we couldn't find one anywhere we went, so we're just gonna wait on that until we can find one and get a good deal. But it's just gonna not take up as much room that way, and you know, stackables are just so much more smaller and eco-friendly and all that good stuff. So I think that'll go good right there, and then we'll have to decide what else after that. He's back. So I have to admit a little bit, I get scared up here by myself. So that's why I was like trying to talk to y'all. Keep my mind busy being up here on the hill by myself. Okay, trying it again.
What am I hitting?
Oh, it's the door, the wall.
I'm tearing it apart.
Fine.
Hey, let me get this thing down.
Small hole. I'm just kidding. It was already there. It was already there. She's in.
She's in.
She's plugged up.
And she's working. There's my scuff mark I did on the daggone trailer.
Can you believe that?
And it's brand new. It's not used. But yeah.
Yep. Looks like we'll have to get the Sharpie out.
Oh, Lordy.
Pretty cool.
Pretty good. Okay, so we got all these things in. They forgot my plug for the stuff, so we got to go back and get the plug. I know they're different. I know they're interchangeable because they're 220, but still, when you buy a stove, you should get a plug, like the right one or wrong one. It should still go with a plug. Anyway, so I got to go back and get that. I wanted to talk about kind of what our plans are. So that's like the kind of the overall what this video is about, because there's a lot of moving parts that are happening. So specifically up here, it's going to have a multi-use purpose. So we threw around the should we rent it out kind of situation. It was a quick no, and honestly, because when it's rented, like we need to like back out, right? Because we have renters that are paying rent, and it's not us to like do freely what we want up here. And I know immediately like that's not what we want. We like it up here. We like the outside area up here. We have a lot of plans to do that. So renting was just off the table. We didn't want to do that. The number one piece it's going to have is like when people come to visit, it'll be a place to stay. So that one doesn't make us any money.
You get a lot of visitors.
Yeah, but it does give people a place to stay. So that's item number one. Number two, well, not so much canning, that'll be done, but salves, soaps, store stuff that we make, which is going to roll into surprise number two that we got. But all of that stuff, we'll be able to stock things in here, have shelving in here, stuff like that, so it's not taking up our room. The third one, which is the most exciting that ties into everything else, is Airbnb. Yes. So we are going to turn this into an Airbnb, and we have like 3 different mindsets of how we want to do it. You want to bring that to them now?
I'll try.
Okay.
Okay, so we're saying a lot of things, but we've really planned this out. It's just going to take a little bit of time to do it. So with it being an Airbnb, it will not be open all the time. We will pick and choose when we want to have it open, when are good weekends for us, kind of thing. But
gives us more control when we want people in it.
Yeah, so it's like different levels. The first level will be just Airbnb. That could be you all, or it could be people that are coming through, going to Pine Mountain or Cumberland Falls. There's so many things to do around us.
A lot of stuff.
Unreal.
Daniel Boone Festival.
And we don't have many Airbnbs here, so that will be a good resource for just people looking for a place to stay, or people like you that want to come visit, which ties into the next. If it were people like you all, or people that are interested in any sort of farm life, homesteading, animals, all that fun stuff, everything that we do, it could be a stay for the weekend and then get a glimpse into farm life and participate. You know, the garden, the animals, milking, the barn, which is literally right outside the window, all of that. So that is a really cool thing. And then the third. Right,
and before we jump off that one, just real quick. So that one's, I don't want to sound like you're buying time, but you're buying farm life time.
Yes.
To have that. So
the experience of being on a farm.
Right. It's just an added bonus to that. And then the third is classes.
Yeah.
So we're going to, that's a whole nother surprise all on its own. One of my biggest dreams was to hold classes on this farm. Like, just to teach people things.
Very small, quaint.
Small, specific classes. Around gardening, animals, livestock, homesteading, farming, YouTube, stuff like that. I've been very big into doing that. I love in-person stuff, and I think it's a big thing. So we thought whenever we decide to host a class, obviously this is only one house, but like one family or shared families, or however they want to do it, because it's 2 bedrooms, could rent this plus a class ticket and like a bundle price, so they could stay on the property, have the class, and then of course anybody else that wanted to come could stay in hotels or other places outside of that. But we thought that would be like the neat 3-tier of the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Basically what how it would work out is when you would search Airbnb, it's going to be one price. Mm-hmm. But like we'll pick that weekend that we want to do like plus farming or plus classes, and you can choose kind of the weekend dedicated on what you're wanting kind of thing. So that's the big like reveal. Now this house is just one factor in that though, right? So there's like 2 other huge things that we need to discuss. So to make that business goal happen eventually, one piece that we need to think about is a classroom. So I want to be able to do stuff outside. That's where a lot of things are going to happen. But there's a lot of stuff that you can learn inside doors too, right? So when it comes to butchering, cleaning, cutting, different ways to make salves, soaps, any kind of inside stuff. So there's not going to be one person that you talk to that is more grateful to have a garage than this guy right here. It's something that it like almost sold me on this house, even though it's not in great shape. Well, that gets me to my point. Now, this is more of a longer term plan, but you all know Jen and I, usually once we get our mind to something, we make things start moving. We don't like sitting on it very long. We thought about, can we just make this better? Like, can we just fix it up, make it better? And to be honest with what we want to do, I don't think so. I don't think it can get to the point to where we need it to be. Because we really want like 3 sections of a barn. We want like a lean-to where we can have some stalls for like when our kids or our baby goats and baby calves and stuff are birthing, or we have a nice little tight stall very close to our home that we can put them in. So we got that. We want the main area to be like the classroom. Then we want another like enclosed garage that will actually be my garage, because it still like builds stuff. And I want the classroom to be much more organized and clean. So the plan is to take this down. It's amazing cement blocks that we will definitely reuse and salvage of what we can when it tears down, and then build a barn on top of it. Now, like I said, that's a big project. It's a lot of money. So it's something that we're gonna have to plan, take time for, and really budget for. But classroom area.
Here's our cute little house.
That just bit me.
Oh no. I just love it. It's so cute.
And the last piece, and honestly, what I just talked to you about with the classroom area, that will have this.
Yes.
Eventually.
Eventually.
But because that's more of a, probably, what would you say, 5-year plan to be complete, this is more of a, hopefully next season complete, which is...
Yeah, so right where we're standing, I showed you where our house was, so we are down here at the gate driveway entrance, and we are going to get a Amish cabin, and we're going to put it here and turn it into a store. So if you followed us for a while since we were at our old house, you would know that this was a goal that we were going to do. We got one. Yeah, we actually put a down payment for one, and we were ready to get the ball rolling and get it out and do it. But it got halted when we realized that we were not going to be staying there and that we were going to have to leave. So, coming here, we have the same goal in mind. I sell a lot of stuff. I sell a lot online, and I also have a lot of people that come to our farm to purchase things. And having a store is going to make that so much more convenient. Number one. Number two, it's going to create a community aspect to where people don't have to feel like they have to come in our house and, disrupt and stuff. It doesn't necessarily disrupt, but sometimes it's difficult when, the kids are doing something or I'm watching them. And this
Wyatt needs his white butt, or his butt white.
Right. So this will be a separate dwelling to where one of us can run it, or you know, Jed can possibly run it, or one of our mothers can possibly run it when they're here. And it's just going to be really cool. It's going to be a store that will be stocked with all of our goods, and eventually it will be a place for people to just come hang out with a porch and maybe music and and community place. And
the biggest thing about it is, if you're having a good business plan, you need to try to figure out because she went like the lovely way. I'm going the business way. So if you have all these different avenues of revenue that are going on with the Airbnbs, with the classes, with having people on your farm, having a place to shop too is almost like a must-have. Like, you're almost foolish if you don't have something that people can go look at and potentially buy from. But like she said, also community, we want that to start happening, because we want it to become more and outside than just everyone else. Like, we love you all, but we also want to get to know the local community too. And that'll draw them here, hopefully. So the cabin, or the little Amish cabin that we're going to get, it's a smaller one. We didn't want to like go into huge debt by doing this, and believe me, we know those things are nightmares if you get into the interest piece. So we're getting a small enough one. Rude. To where we can do it like with the 90 days same as cash, so that interest doesn't hit it. So that's the goal for there. So I mean, I think we're looking at like a 16 by 20. We're nothing big, but we're gonna, like she said, have the porch out of it. And then here's like the garden aspect of that we're planning. So like right here is where the building's gonna be. There's the gate entrance. We're gonna have the parking up here, and then a path to come down. So we'll probably have some arches and stuff that we can grow things on. And then over here is gonna be actually like a cut flower, pretty area that people can walk through, take pictures of, and different stuff like that. In another video, we'll get into more detail about where next year's garden's gonna be, because it is gonna be a change up from what we have now. It's like light bulbs just started lighting off on what we wanted this property to be. You all know we have a hard time making permanent decisions because we don't know if we want to move stuff around or things. But we have been here long enough to where we have the vision, we have the business plan, and now it's time to really just start making it happen.
Yeah,
so
we've been here for almost a year, so it's time to get that business plan in action. I was also going to mention too, with having the Amish cabin, it allows us to set our own hours. It's really difficult for us to do farmers market. The kids have activities. We can't be there for 4 hours. We have to go and be here and there. And this allows us to be at home and run down and open the shop if need be, instead of having to pack up all of our stuff and haul it across town with our children and being away from home for so many hours at a time. Yeah,
it really is tricky. And then, you know, 10 years down the road, if we like actually have people that are kind of working for us a little bit more, maybe that could be they go to the farmers market too, because that's a good way to get your name out. We're definitely not dogging that. It's just, it was a lot for 2 adults and 2 little kids to do with baseball, gymnastics, cheerleading, all the other stuff going on.
One of us was having to miss out on one kid's activity and the other with the other kid's activity. So that's kind of where the wrap up with farmers market is. A lot of people have asked. It wasn't worth us losing time with the family and ultimately losing money and memories to be at a place for 4 hours.
Memories for the most part. Okay, so we're not sharing this to be like, hey, come by, do these things. That's not what this video is about. There's a lot of people that are watching that have the mindset of wanting to do what we're doing. And so you all, I've expressed freely a lot that eventually I would like this place to be our main primary funding source. And not have to do that 9-to-5 job. And these are just those baby steps to get there. Anything in farming, you can't rely on one source of income. If you want to do farming full time, you have to have multiple revenues that are coming to actually be able to live by. Because if you're just banking on selling your few calves and selling some cows out to have the beef, you're not gonna make money. Like, you're not gonna have enough money to support. So these are our steps to do that. Jen and I are very goal oriented. We're very satisfied with the moment that we're in, but we're always looking for the next thing. Ultimately, our goal is to be able to retire at some point, still have revenue coming in that's not just relying on a 401k or Social Security, still have that revenue running, but the time to do that is now, like in our 30s, like getting that stuff set up while I'm working, while I'm still actually making, you know, money, get that stuff established, so then when that retirement day comes, should be smooth sailing, right? Ideal world. Obviously, there's going to be things that bump in there, but we want to share that with you to, like, if you're buying property, or if you're going to search for something to be able to do this, or if you're wanting to be farming full time, like, live by some of the mistakes and good things that we're doing here as you start approaching that journey yourself. Did I get long-winded, babe?
No, I'm getting bit.
Oh, getting bit under. We will have that under control once the store's here. Nah, but y'all, we love you all. Thank you all for following our journey. Know that we pray for you on your all's journey. Every video we do, we're thinking about your journey as well and hoping that we can help you out in at least the smallest fashion. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure to down below. Oh, real quick, hit me up if you know any like good barn structure people, companies that support the southeastern Kentucky vicinity. I like wood, so whatever we put up is not going to be a tin barn. We're not going to be a stainless steel farm. That's not going to happen. So I definitely want a wood sided one. So if y'all have any like companies that you've used or experienced that have good reviews, send them down below because I need to start looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say we've come so far. Might as well just keep it going.
That's right. Just keep rolling, keep pumping, keep pumping. Hey, I think about those end of year review videos. Like I want everyone to be better, right? Like that's like our true test of how well did we do. And so far it's been good. We got to keep that stuff up.
Yep.
Hey, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to down below.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.